All right, so in social studies, we're going to learn about California's natural regions. Let's zoom into the map right here and take a look. So there are 4 regions of the state of California. Pause this video and look closer at each of the regions. Then you can continue to watch the video as I go over each of the regions as I point out the things that I'm noticing. So I'm noticing that there is this green area in the key. This is called the key, the map key, is indicating the coast region. So the coast region goes all the way from the north down the coast of the Pacific Ocean to the south. Then you have the mountain region, is throughout most of the state here. You have the coast ranges and the Sierra Nevada and the Cascade Range. Then you have the Central Valley, which is in the center of the state. This is where all of the farms are, where all of our food is grown, and where most of the food in the United States is grown. It consists of the Sacramento Valley and the San Joaquin Valley. Then you have the desert region, which is in the southeast of the state. And it consists of Death Valley and the Mojave Desert and the Colorado Desert. So don't forget, this is a compass. So north, east, south, west. So the desert region is in the southeast portion of the state. And so those are the 4 regions of our state, the state of California. Let's look closer at the mountain region. Mountains cover more than half of California. The state's largest mountain range is the Sierra Nevada, along here. It stretches north and south across much of the eastern part of the state. Unlike the coast ranges, more than 100 peaks in the Sierra Nevada rise higher than 13,000 feet. Mount Whitney is the tallest at 14,495 feet. So unlike the coastal region where the mountains are not very tall, the Sierra Nevada has these really, really tall mountain peaks. So Mount Shasta is 14,162 feet. Laysan Peak is 10,457. And then it's saying that Mount Whitney is the tallest peak in the state at 14,495. And at the bottom of the page here, it compares Mount Whitney to other mountain range or mountain peaks throughout the world that are considered some of the tallest. I'm pretty sure Mount Everest is the tallest mountain in the world. So Mount Whitney is about 14,500 feet. Mount Blanc in Europe is about 16,000 feet. Kilimanjaro in Africa is about 19,000 feet. Mount McKinley in Alaska is about 20,000. And then Mount Everest in Asia is 29,000. So between the tall peaks of the Sierra Nevada are deep valleys. So here's the tall peaks on both sides of this deep, deep valley. Tall, tall peaks, and then it goes all the way down to a deep, deep valley. One of the most famous valleys is Yosemite Valley, part of Yosemite National Park. I'm guessing some of you have probably visited Yosemite Valley or Yosemite National Park. It's directly east of San Francisco. So here's San Francisco, and Yosemite is about right here. Really, really beautiful place to visit. It has North America's highest waterfall, Ribbon Falls, which drops about 1,600 feet. Lake Tahoe lies high in the Sierra Nevada. Lake Tahoe is over here, so it's just northeast of San Francisco, about 3.5 hours, about a 3.5 hour drive. It is California's deepest natural lake. In some places, Lake Tahoe is more than 1,600 feet deep, which is really deep for a lake. The Cascade Range up here extends into the states of Oregon up here and Washington, which is north of Oregon. Two of its peaks, Mount Shasta and Lassen Peak, are volcanoes. So I believe that those are still active volcanoes that could erupt. And Mount Shasta is near where I grew up. I grew up in a town called Ashland, Oregon. It was actually right here. It's about an hour drive from Mount Shasta. So it's a really beautiful area. I highly recommend you visiting with your family if you ever have the opportunity. You can go camping. It's about a 4-hour drive to Mount Shasta from San Francisco. Compare and contrast. How are the Sierra Nevada different from the Coast Ranges? So in another lesson, we'll learn about the Coast Ranges and we'll see how they're similar and different. So far, we know that they're different because the Sierra Nevada has these really tall mountain peaks, whereas the Coast Range has much smaller mountains. All right, so we've learned a little bit about our California regions, and we'll continue learning about it in the following lessons that we will be focusing on in social studies.